All right, guys. So today we're going to talk about those 10 goals that you set yesterday. We're going to talk about reverse engineering them, which means breaking down those goals into smaller bite-sized chunks so that you can reach those goals. It's about looking at that big, huge, scary goal and breaking it down into little steps so that you can get there. Because sometimes you look at these big goals and you just think there is no way that I'm going to get there. But the truth is you can. You just need to break it down and reverse engineer those goals to figure out what you need to do today to start reaching those goals. So again, I'm going to share another video from Chalene Johnson's 30-day push. And I totally recommend after this training to sign up for it. It's free. She'll send you an email every day with a video. They're quick videos, and they just really help you with goal setting, setting your priorities, and making sure that you're moving forward in your business and your life toward your goals. It's amazing, and it really, really helped to move my business forward when I was first starting out as a coach. So today I'm going to share her video on reverse engineering so that you can kind of see how to do this. So let me go ahead and share my screen again. And the video echoes a little bit, so sorry about that.
So today I want to talk to you about a concept that is the difference between people who dream and people who do. It's the one thing that stops most people. When I work with very successful people who either want to start their own business or they've got this great idea or they really just don't even know how to go about accomplishing their push goal, the one thing I hear people say is, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to do first. And the way to do that is by reverse engineering the problem or the challenge or the goal or even the big idea. You know what it takes? It takes a pen and a piece of paper. It literally takes setting aside 5 minutes, 10 minutes if you really want to be crazy, to brainstorm. What we're going to do today is just brainstorm. I just have to teach you this. This is critical. If you can learn this habit, you will find that absolutely anything you want to accomplish is possible because you'll know all of the pieces that go into it. It's that simple. You see, most people, they come up with these great ideas, they've got wonderful goals, and they just don't know where to start. But that's a myth. You do know where to start. You just haven't taken the time to put it on paper. In fact, there's no one right place or right way to start. There's so many, but most people let them all bounce around in their heads and they never reverse engineer the process. In fact, if you reverse engineer most decisions, which is a big piece of what we teach people to master in my Smart Success Academy, once you figure out how to do that, you can accomplish just about anything. And sometimes more importantly, you figure things out before you actually even start it and go, this is not the right goal for me. Reverse engineering, think about that term. Engineering is to figure something out, to put it together. To reverse engineer something is to take it apart before you even start. So if you think about that in terms of your goals, I want you to think about what will it take to accomplish this. Now, because I'm not sitting across from you and looking at your push goal, and I don't know what your push goal is. We'll use mine as an example. I'll share that with you, but you've got to put this into practice with your own. Your very own goal must be reverse engineered. So about 2010, I believe it was, my husband and I decided we're going to sell our business, Powder Blue Productions, which we have since that time, and we are going to start a snowboarding apparel company. It seemed like a brilliant idea. I'm like, this is my passion. I love fashion. I love snowboarding. Brett loves snowboarding. It's something we do as a family. It's our getaway. It's our haven. It's what we do for fun. It's something we all enjoy doing together. And I see that there's a niche. I've already done apparel. I already had a fitness apparel line and sold that very successfully. And I get that there's this need for the woman who's like 30 to 45, who's really fashionable and wants to take up snowboarding, and isn't a 16-year-old girl, and there's money to be. This is perfect. So that was our goal. We're going to start a snowboarding apparel company, and we set that goal for ourselves in, I think it was January of 2010. And we were on a chairlift, I remember it vividly, and so we started reverse engineering it. So your first step in reverse engineering your goal starts with an R, research. You first have to research, what does it take to make this possible? What's going to go into it? Who do we know that's done this before? Think about your push goal right now. Who do you know that's done this? Someone has. Start with the research. What is it going to take? What's it going to require? What knowledge will I need to have? What skills must I master? What financial investment will it require? How much of my time will it require? What do I need to know? Who do I need to know? Where do I start? So it begins with the research, and the very first thing you have to do is figure out who's done this before you. That's one of the best things you can do. And if it's not someone you know, you can find them on the internet. Isn't it wonderful? I mean, just because of technology, everything is possible so much faster than it was for even people 10 years ago. So our very first assignment in our reverse engineering of our goal to start our own snowboarding apparel company, we decided we would meet with a friend of ours, Andy Foraved, who we knew at one point, done something in snowboarding apparel. So we scheduled a lunch with him in the first of the year, and we sat down, and in the first 15 minutes of our lunch, we realized that was enough reverse engineering to realize this was the wrong goal. He had done this before, and he looked at us and said, wait a second, I thought you guys loved snowboarding, that it was a getaway for you, it was something that was fun and a hobby, and you enjoyed, and it let you forget about work, and it was an escape. And we said, yeah. And he said, okay, well, you do realize you would then be turning this into work. Every time you show up in any location where there's a resort or snowboarding, now you wouldn't be snowboarding, you would be working. And you have to go to all the boutiques and all the apparel companies, and your entire winter is your season. So now the season that you would normally spend with your family would be work related. Literally 15 minutes into our lunch, we realized, okay, no problem. We drew a big line across it and realized that we weren't going to waste a year or 10 years trying to develop a snowboarding apparel company, because that was our escape. We wanted to keep that pure and fun. We didn't want to turn it into work. So before you get, I hear people all the time say, no, don't let anyone stop you. If you've got a goal, if you've got a dream, don't let anyone discourage you. True, but don't be stubborn. Don't be dumb. Listen to smart people who ask you the right questions. And if I had said, it's our goal and we're not going to give up on it, we would be miserable. So be open-minded to the reverse engineering process, that in that process, you might find out that you have not set the right push goal, or that your push goal actually conflicts with your key priority. Here's another thing I want you to reverse engineer. You can do this by just thinking about your push goal, taking out a pen and a piece of paper, and today I want you to just list every possible thing you could possibly do that you think relates to researching, accomplishing your push goal. So once I narrowed down my push goal in 2011 to be that I needed to have 100,000 people go through the 30-day challenge, I then had to sit down and create a brainstorm. Okay, well, I don't know 100,000 people. How am I going to do this? Facebook, okay, what can I do on Facebook? And what will the video, where will the videos have to be hosted? And how will I deliver those videos to people? And how will I get more people involved in it? And I've got to have a system of accountability. I've got to encourage people to do this. I've got to promote it on Twitter and on YouTube and on Instagram and on Facebook. And I've got to send emails to my friends who are parts of organizations and companies. And so whatever your goal is, just keep going and going and going. And in that brainstorm, I don't care what order it comes in. I want it to just free flow. So when I did mine, it was like, okay, I guess I better come up with a logo, and I need to see if there's a domain name, and then I have to reserve a domain name, and then I have to see about, is there a way to host these videos where people could comment and help each other? And once the videos were done, how could I keep it going month after month after month? And will I need a business card, and will I be able to get it? So don't worry about the order. Don't worry about whether this is too big or too small, or in 6 months from now or today. Just brainstorm. Just dump it all on paper, everything, and don't stop. And when you hit a roadblock, then look at one of the items on your list and see if that's actually 4 or 5 steps. because that's how you reverse engineer your push goal. I can teach you how to reverse engineer everything in your life. That's part of what we do in the Smart Success Academy. But today I want you to look at your homework assignment, and we'll just start to whet your palate and teach you this concept of reverse engineering. See you tomorrow.
All right, guys. So I hope that kind of helps you think about this. Now, she did mention a lot about a push goal. So your push goal is when you go back and you look at your 10 big goals that you set, pick one goal that's going to help you reach all of the other goals. So what's one goal that can be the driving force in helping you succeed in all 10 of your goals? You should be able to pick one out. So from that push goal, you're going to reverse engineer everything that you need to do to reach that goal. What research do you have to do? What steps do you have to take? What day-to-day activities do you need to do? So after you do this huge brain dump on a piece of paper, like she said, just everything that comes to mind that you need to do to reach that specific big goal, then what you're going to do is break those things into smaller bite-sized chunks and start looking at what do you need to do today? What do you need to do next week, next month, the following month? What are the little steps that you have to do? Then we're going to look at what do we need to do today and this week. And then what you want to do is put a couple of those items on your to-do list every day. So every day you're taking bite-sized pieces away from that big goal and you're accomplishing them, which means you're every day, step by step, getting closer to reaching it. So I hope that helps. Brain dump today. Start thinking about everything you need to do to reach that goal. And then every day, take a small chunk from that list that you can do today, this week, this month to reach that goal. And every day, start doing, adding those things on your to-do list and crossing them off. So I hope that helps, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.